GameCube Index, and don't worry, that's just his belly button. Have you ever wanted to be a gigantic yellow giant that rises from the sea and has the power to love native islanders to death? Then Kyojin no Doshin is the game for you. More commonly known in English as Doshin the Giant, Doshin is an anomaly of the GameCube. It was never released in North America, only in Japan and PAL regions, which appears to have been done due to a publishing experiment by Nintendo. Being strange new game ideas, Nintendo played it safe, and Animal Crossing was released in America while Doshin the Giant was headed to PAL regions. Animal Crossing greatly exceeded expectations and was eventually released in Europe in 2004. As for Doshin the Giant, while it received good reviews and sold pretty well, it wasn't the home run that Nintendo expected, and it never made it stateside. But enough about the ins and outs of early 2000s business practices, let's talk about the game. Kyojin no Doshin was originally developed for and released on the Nintendo 64 DD, an expansion peripheral for the Nintendo 64 in 1999. We've spoken about the Nintendo 64 DD before in our Animal Crossing episode, so if you'd like more information or to see another game that was originally released on that, please feel free to reference that episode. Doshin is a god game, starting with Doshin emerging from the ocean and walking onto a remote island, which is home to 4 tribes of humans. Each tribe is made up of 2 members, a male and a female, and by completing their requests, they will expand their village and the tribe will grow in number. Alternatively, Doshin can also hinder the development of the villages, and the easiest way to do this is to turn into a different giant named Joshin. Joshin is a red and devilish giant with bat-like wings that breathes fire. Definitely not the sort to help villagers expand their land, that's for sure. As Doshin or Joshin help or destroy the villager's progress, he will grow in size. Villager requests usually entail raising or lowering the terrain of an area or moving trees around the island. Doshin can actually make rivers, mountains, valleys, or all sorts of terrain to suit the villager's needs. The game is ultimately completed by making the villagers so happy that they literally build a Tower of Babel as tribute, which causes the island and Doshin to sink into the sea where everyone dies. Doshin then rises again and heads to a new island. The GameCube port of the game received upgraded graphics and a bonus alternative ending that results in the villagers building a rocket ship similar to the one used by Captain Olimar in Pikmin. Kyojin no Doshin was released on the Nintendo 64 DD in 1999 to great reviews, and it actually received an expansion 5 months later titled Kyojin no Doshin Kaiho Sensen Chibiko Chiko Daishugo, which translates to Doshin the Giant Tinkling Toddler Liberation Front Assemble. This featured an alternate storyline which takes place in the dream of a child and ends with that child wetting the bed. The expansion content was poorly received and was not found in the GameCube version, and Kyojin no Doshin never received a sequel. However, Doshin was featured as a trophy in Super Smash Bros. Melee. I was pleasantly surprised by Kyojin no Doshin. I didn't really know what to expect, and it's always tough to get a good feel of a game when you're playing it in a language that you can't read. It was great to experience the game fresh without knowing anything beforehand, and I actually had a great time playing the game. The gameplay felt good, and it was simple, but not so simple that it felt dumbed down. It's classic Nintendo controls. Anyone can pick it up and play, and anyone can help the villagers, or murder them with fire. Remember, that's also an option. That is it for this week's episode of GameCube Index. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time when we take a look at the first Japan-only title on the GameCube, GQ World Soccer 2002.